Hello YouTube, this is Harperboy and welcome to the second episode of the Redstone Logic Gates tutorial series. In this series we take basic logic gates and show how they will be useful in big redstone inventions. In this is kind of how a redstone computer would work. It's basically built-in logic going through into the redstone dust, outputting into something else. Now this is taking NOT gates and transferring them, but also using AND gates. So I'm going to show you how this works in just a little bit. But first I want to give credit to Void who inspired me to build like this end bit, which he featured in his latest tutorial, which also involves AND gates and NOT gates, which is the item frame, where when you tilt an item, well, change its rotation in an item frame, you get a different output, and they all have to be in the same rotation, and yeah. There'll probably either be a link on screen or down in the description if I forget to put it on screen. So, this is basically the, like, a passcode combination kind of thing. If you see that we flick one of these, it turns on. Well, changes. Nope. What have I done? Okay, hold on. There we go. So, as you can see, if we're observing this, if we turn them all off, you can see that it stays off. Now if we turn these two on, you can see that it lights up. That is an amazing thing that is useful, and you can have as many tries as you want. Consider this without knowing any of the redstone behind it, and if it were all just covered up, you just wouldn't know which one to press to do what, really. So say you just flicked random ones and things, and then you're like, no, not getting an output, really not. And then you just be like, wow, I got the passcode right. But obviously you would know your passcode, so this is quite useful if you're wanting to keep people out of your base or something along those lines. And this is just one use for a AND gate, and it can be used, like I've said, in the Suma's version of the item frames. So let's take a look at the redstone behind it and what it is actually doing. In the one which basically, these can be changed. I can make this one into a different passcode by removing that and placing down that. This will mean that this has to be powered. So, I will go over on how it is all done in just a second. Just let me place this back. So, for your lines which are powered, you just have a straight output. And what this does is it powers the block, sends it right over, and powers this block, which then unpowers this torch, goes into this line, and then it reinverts. What we could do is have it all coming off differently, but then you would get things. If you say you wanted to do it like this and have your dust flowing in like that, that's all well and good, but you would have the signal repeating on itself and coming back into these if you had a state where it is off. So you have to do it using these inverters. For that reason, it's hard for me to explain why, but yeah, that is honestly there's a reason why. And then when it comes back over from this strip of redstone dust, if you like, and goes into this torch, and then this could be whatever output you want. I just put this here so we could detect what output it is at what time. Now for these ones, the ones which is always off, where it has to be off for it to work, you just bring it out and it goes off. Because it's unpowered, so this block is unpowered, so the dust is unpowered. Unpowering this block, meaning that this redstone torch is in the default setting, which is on, which powers this redstone dust. Powering this block, turning off this redstone torch, powering this piece of redstone here, and then all of this piece of redstone, which I'll get to the AND gate bit in a little bit. I'll explain what all this is for in just a moment, but then if we just follow it from this bit, then the signal just goes straight in, and because the block is not powered, the torch is in the default setting, so it turns on. Now the AND gate setting is if you have got this powered, then it's going to power the entire line. Okay, now this can go on for as long as you want, but if you want to put it on for much longer, you would need to add some repeaters to it. Say if we were to bring it out to sort of this length, kind of, and I'll just have a look at where the signal stops. Doesn't even stop. Let's have a look. So say you've got a redstone torch here, and then it wouldn't be able to go all the way down. Say this was turned off in the off position, you wouldn't be able to go all the way down to your output. So what you'd have to do is around about here, you have to add in a repeater, which is going to send the pulse off like so. So that is basically how it works, and why we need this like AND gate thing. It's sort of the inversion of each thing, because if you've got it turned on, any one of these can power it at one moment, and when any one of these powers it, it's going to mean that this is always off. So it has to be in this exact thing. You can obviously hide this behind a wall, do whatever you want with it. This is the basic concept. You can have 50 million of these, or you can just have 3 or 4. You can have even 2. You can have 1 if you want, but that's pretty pointless. It just function like a normal lever. But this is just one use of it. So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you really enjoyed it, then be sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching. This has been Harper Boy, and I will see you all next time.